Hi guys, hope you are doing well. So follow up on fashion law at Sac State. Today was a great day in class. It was amazing. I had an amazing time. So emotional intelligence topic we covered, emotional intelligence leadership topic. And what I've done now is have students start leading those emotional intelligence discussions, choosing their own topics based on their research. And so we had that today. Two students led, great topics. One was self-complimentary, like knowing how to self-compliment in the workplace, because it's not every time you're going to get that pat on the back, and you need to know how to give yourself the pat on the back. And then the other one was about, and as part of that discussion was what you're proud about. And then the other one was, okay, you have the emotional intelligence tools. How do you use it to help grow other people? Right. So in the workplace, as a leader or a CEO or a top executive, it's one thing for you to know about your own emotional intelligence, be fully aware. It's another thing now to help train staff to be tuned into those, so that the work environment is very positive and it's just a place people want to be. So we covered that. And then I wanted to introduce the class to mastermind groups. Today was catch up, essentially, and preparing for our midterm exams, but we incorporate technology into how we teach the class, which includes online technologies as well. So we are sufficiently caught up, and I thought it was a great way to introduce, or a great opportunity to introduce mastermind, what a mastermind group is, to really create a network where students can start getting plugged into while they're in school and outside of. Man, it was amazing. We had an amazing mastermind, just phenomenal. The input from the rest of the students to help problem solve one of their colleagues' problems as it related to managerial role in her current workplace setting was just phenomenal. It was just amazing. And then seeing them identify some of the legal concepts and legal issues we've talked about, and advising just generally and a practical standpoint of dealing with workplace relations, just amazing. So I'm really, really happy. Class is going pretty well. We're about a month and a half away from wrapping it up and closing out the inaugural fashion law class at Sacramento State University. I'm happy. Couldn't be more excited. This has just been a very, very phenomenal, exciting journey so far. So good. From where we left off, we are still talking about commercial operations in the fashion industry, and we have covered employment law issues, FTC regulations under the umbrella of marketing, advertising, and promotions. We've talked about celebrities and endorsement deals, looking at endorsement deals, how they work, how they're supposed to work, and overall just, pacing ourselves as we continue with this and having a lot of hands-on practical case studies that they can apply. And then, as part of what's coming up pretty soon for their group presentations, I've essentially just taken everyone in that class, which seems to be people who cover the entire value chain for the fashion industry, and I've created a hypothetical where they can see themselves. I mean, it's one thing to study case studies of all these famous people, but I want my students to see themselves as these leaders, to see themselves in these roles. And so the hypothetical that's been created will be something they use for their upcoming group presentations. I can't wait. I'm excited, and I hope that you're just as excited in hearing about how this fashion law journey has been coming along for me at Sac State. All right, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Be sure to keep following, and of course you can find me on all my social networks: Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, also Twitter. And my handle is Miss Uduak, MSUDUAK. LinkedIn is my full name, Uduak, UDUAK, last name ODUOK. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Cheers. Bye-bye.